So I've just solved the Milky Way galaxy, and you can see that all three words end in Y, which is the highest plus 1, and then the gold trains of threes in front of each Y divides by 3. Milky Way galaxy. So milk is 24 plus 12 plus 9. Way is 24 in front of the Y. Galax is 36 plus 9, 45. And so obviously galaxies then divides by 3, but this is too obvious, the Milky Way galaxy. So Milky Way galaxy is 189, 21 times 9 for the number 3. Stick the word "the" in front and you get 222 perfectly. Done! It's April the 2nd, 1:30 a.m. At the year 2015, to the glory of the Triune God. Done, the Milky Way galaxy has been solved. And then you can have a gale wind or a gust of wind. Both gale and gust knit together with wind perfectly to divide by 3. So we just solved the gravitational constant equals 288, and gravitational acceleration equals the exact same thing by Divine Ordinance's gravitational constant. And the gravitational constant is accomplished in exactly 24 letters and 54 strokes, both dividing by 3, and kings for the number 3 no less. G force equals 54 equals love. But there it is. And I was just meditating on the shape of the letter G. It's an arrow. What it is, when you draw a G, capital G, it's a circle that is an arrow, as if something is traveling in a circle. Well, that's gravity. That's the first thing that comes to mind is gravity at work. Maintaining the orbits of the planets in circular motion, so it's an arrow. That's the shape of the letter G. Gravity is the key word for the letter G. Okay, the most important creation in all of science basically is gravity. And so it's a circling arrow, circling an arrow, both divide by 3. And then I got onto G as the gravitational constant. And then, acceleration due to gravity divides by 3 as well, when you write the symbol G. Okay. So, but this is screamingly obvious right here. So, watch this. So, gravitational constant divides by 3. In a number of letters and strokes that divide by 3, bookend and chain linked with 3s. And then you're supposed to say the gravitational constant to make it the famous 288, 333. And then, amazingly, gravitational acceleration is the exact same thing as gravitational constant at 255. And these are very special numbers, 255 and 288. They are the 2 of the 5 infinite numbers. That is like when you boil down all texts and all numbers into infinity, it loops between 5 numbers, 240, 216, 288, 228, and 255, forever and ever and ever. So very, very special. Huge find here. The current date and time for historic purposes is right there. So we're just going to keep scooping up more gems on this. Wonderful, wonderful. So acceleration due to gravity, of course, divides by 3, and that is 273. And the acceleration due to gravity, in a number of letters, divides by 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 306. Lovely. And when you say the letter G, that adds to 120 perfectly. Which is the gravitational constant, so it's the first letter of God. And if you're really good, you'll add up the letters stated in the formula of the universal law of gravitation. G plus M are all plus 1s over a multiple of 3, which add to 26 plus 7, 33, plus the F and the R both divide by 3. So you got 33 plus 24 is 57 divides by 3. So all the letters. And there, divide by 3. If you want to go R times R on the bottom, then you add another 18 points. That's 57 to make it 75, using the same digits as 57. 5, 7, 7, 5. It's all for the number 3. Find it interesting that all these glorify the number 3. For example, the speed of light, which equals c, which equals 3. This is obvious. So speed of light obviously divides by 3. In fact, it divides by 21 in 12 letters. Genius. Gravitational constant divides by 3. We just did that. Planck, the word, which is so huge in science, divides by 3 in 6 letters. Doing a 6 days of creation pattern. A Coulomb divides by 3, like every single letter, adding to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then Boltzmann obviously divides by 3, being the same value as mathematician in 9 letters and 24 strokes to divide by 3. So we're putting the puzzle together, folks. This is just massive, obvious pieces for the number 3. Another key word for this circling G shape is centripetal. That's centripetal force. You draw a circular arrow like that to denote something circling around something else. Well, by divine ordinance, centripetal equals 1, 2, 3 perfectly. Starting with C, which is 3. And then centripetal force, or centripetal forces. Force is obvious. All the first letters divide by 3. So forcing, forced, and forces all divides by 3. So for example, centripetal forces is going to add to, wow, 7-fold set of 3 times 3 times 3, 9 21s. Or you could say centripetal forcing. Forcing centripetal. Letters, strokes, beautiful, 3, 3, 3. And then gravitational pull equals, will you marry me? And a host of other famous 210s for the number 3. Gravitational pull, gravitational acceleration, gravitational constant, all divided by 3. And of course, G force equals love perfectly in exactly 6 letters and 15 strokes, both dividing by 3. Oh, I love the universe once your eyes are opened. And how do you measure G force? Using an accelerometer, which equals 1, 2, 3 perfectly. And on come the 3's. So centripetal is 1, 2, 3, accelerometer 1, 2, 3. And what is gravity? Well, it is a natural phenomenon, which is 9 times the 9th prime and a number of letters and strokes to divide by 3. A natural phenomenon. You can solve everything ever written or spoken for the number 3, by which all the physical bodies, yada, yada, yada.